Now, the final 5 stories we're following today. Food inflation is an issue across the country, but new data indicates Atlantic Canada is being hit harder by rising grocery prices.
One is the added transportation costs, because pretty much everything is trucked in. You have a much shorter season to grow product.
While overall inflation dropped to 2.3% in January, food inflation rose to 7.3%. That's compared to 6.2% in December. Potatoes, ground beef, and coffee are even more expensive in Atlantic Canada than they are in places like Toronto or Vancouver. Gift card scams are becoming increasingly common, and a Kitchener man is among the latest victims. He was out $800 after buying several Amazon gift cards for clients of his business. It turned out the gift cards were fraudulent, and Shoppers Drug Mart, which sold the gift cards, wasn't initially open to offering a refund.
It turned out eight of the 12 were compromised.
I had to call people, ask for cards back. Again, what are the odds when it comes to it? 8 out of 12.
At 6, we'll tell you more on the turn of events after CTV's Spencer Turcotte got involved. Fraud attempts are nothing new, but a new poll suggests advancing technologies are fueling Canadians' fears they might fall victim to one of those scams. Leger surveyed more than 1,500 Canadian adults in December and January. 3 in 4 said they're feeling increasingly vulnerable to financial fraud in the face of rapid improvements in artificial intelligence. 82% said they believe scams are becoming progressively harder to spot. The poll also surveyed 262 Canadian business owners. 66% say they feel more exposed to fraud than in previous years, with 61% saying AI-driven crime is a major threat. As Toronto and 15 other North American cities prepare to host the FIFA World Cup, we're getting another signal of just how many visitors are expected to travel for the tournament. Vacation rental platform Airbnb says searches for stays in FIFA host cities have increased by an average of 80% compared to the same period last year. The company today offered up a new cash incentive aimed at boosting the number of listings on offer ahead of the World Cup. Now, it comes amid warnings from travel industry experts that accommodations will be scarce and costs will be high in Toronto. They're expected to spike even more dramatically in fellow Canadian host city, Vancouver. Okay, finally for us, it was a quarterfinal that felt a little too close for comfort for many Canadian hockey fans. But Canada's men's team pulled through, beating Czechia 4-3 in overtime. The pre-tournament favorites found themselves down 3-2 in the third period before former Guelph Storm forward Nick Suzuki tied things up. Mitch Marner's overtime goal would then set off wild celebrations among Canadian fans. Great to see how many Canadian fans are over in Italy cheering on the hockey team and many other Canadian athletes who are there competing as well.